So here is the Micro Galaxy Squadron Scout class speeder bike. So I'm going to go ahead and talk through just what comes with, the size of it, measure it out, and then show some comparisons. So I really like the box that this comes in, and I originally was thinking, I'm not really going to collect any of this Scout class. I don't really care. And then once I saw the box, I was like, wow, this is really interesting. So the outside of the box here, you can see obviously the picture of some of the different figures and the items that come in it. And then when you actually get the box out itself, I'll go ahead and show one of these. So here is the actual box itself. So it says Launch Edition on there. And then on the side of the box here, it shows all of the different Scout class vehicles. And then you've got here the 3 chase vehicles that are available in this as well. And when you open this up, it actually comes with a little package in here, and the blister pack has a little cover on it. So it's a really nice presentation. But either way, that's that. So let's get on to the thing that's more fun. So the speeder bike. So here is this will actually come with a figure. So you get your Scout Trooper. The paint on this actually looks pretty good. So did a pretty good job painting this. And then you get your speeder bike here. And then you get the stand. So I think the stand is one of my favorite parts of this. So you can see there's 2 little pegs on here, one on the top, one on the side. I'll show what those are for here in a second. Now, the one thing with this is that is important is this is a pretty flimsy material. So you can see how easily that bends. Same thing with the handlebars here. The handlebars are really flimsy. So, I mean, if you really wanted to mold them correctly, you could just get like a hair dryer or something like that, or maybe even run it under some hot water and then mold it to whatever you want to. Even the little parts here on the bottom, these guys are pretty flimsy as well. But I think from a detail perspective, it actually looks really nice. So on the bottom of it, there's a little slit there on the bottom. That goes here on the stand. So you can go this way. And then the other cool thing about this is you can actually turn this over and put this on the side of this so that you could essentially fly it. Now, the one thing I would say about this, so I kind of get the idea here with the figure, that the figure can actually stand separate of the bike. So you can see from the hand position that they've got, the hands are both facing inward. So obviously, if he was riding on the bike, his hands would actually grab the top of the handle. So in this scenario, he actually doesn't do that. So I'll actually grab onto the side of it. So he actually can get on there okay and kind of like hang on there, and it's okay. But from a sitting position, it just doesn't really look that great. Now, for me, it doesn't really matter that much to me. I think it still looks really cool. But here is just a quick size for you. So it's roughly 2 inches long from front to back. And I mean, again, from a playability perspective, it's a fantastic figure. Great to be able to put it on the bike, do it in different positions. You can see I can turn it over and he's not going to fall off in this scenario, which is good. But that's that. So now looking at that compared to the Action Fleet. So obviously the main difference with the Action Fleet, it's bigger. So it's bigger by, about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch. But one of the other things that's a lot different with the Action Fleet is just the figure itself. So the figure is in a seated position on the Action Fleet. His knees are bent. So obviously this guy won't function if you take him off of the bike and you go to stand him up. He just can't stand up. He's only in the seated position. So it's one of those where you either get one or the other. If there was any articulation in the leg, that would be fantastic because then you can do it either way. But you know, just two completely different types of figures. And I think just from, you know, the perspective of putting them together, again, it doesn't really make that big of a difference to me whether or not he sits on this thing perfectly or not, but either way. So here is the Micro Machines version of the Scout Trooper. So you can see again, a little smaller. So this is your speeder bike with Scout Trooper, the blind box. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below.